This week's game, every 6 months, I like to kind of bust out a little thing we like to do called Games for Smart People. Now, these are obviously, as the name implies, they are games that are meant to give you the galaxy brain that everyone so desires. You don't want to be the peanut brain, okay? You don't want to be that Wojak with the head that's like caved in and he's like drooling and his eyes are crossed. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy whose brain is like so big that he's sitting in a chair playing chess with himself and it's all made out of his brain. Like, that's the type of brain you want, okay? So we're going to be going to brilliant.org today, and this is not sponsored content. That's my disclaimer. There is no brilliant.org/Gatorbox to give you any sort of discount whatsoever, because I am not the type of person that Brilliant would want to have representing their brand, because I got what's called street smarts. I don't got this book learning shit, okay? I look at this problem. If you go back and look at the playlists, there are a lot of moments where I get the answer correct because I just intuitively figure it out and I don't do the math. I look at this, I'm like, no, you guys are idiots. It's this. I think there was one of them where it was talking about dominoes, and if you push the dominoes down, you push this domino down and it takes a second for it to go, and you push this domino down and it takes 3/10 of a second to go. It's like, when will the lines of dominoes end? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, they're just going to end at the same time. Because and once they start that, it doesn't matter, they go at the same speed. And then, like, we clicked that answer, and when it says, congrats, only 51% of people got this right. I'm like, fucking how? What, are you guys stupid? Regular magical unicorn. Your favorite was the one about unrolling the toilet paper, and I just grabbed 2 toilet paper. Yeah, it's like, if you pull down on a full roll of toilet paper and like a half roll, which one rips first? So I went and got the toilet paper roll out of the bathroom that's half used, and I went and got a new one, and I'm like, this one. And I don't know if I was right or not. You guys might remember that when we went to brilliant.org, we would always kick the stream off with something called the Problems of the Week. Well, as it turns out, they don't do this anymore. In fact, this right here is the last time we streamed Games for Smart People, back in December last year, and they stopped like not long thereafter. So when last time we did it was like the last time they did this. And if we scroll down, there's the other time we did Games for Smart People. So you can still access all of the archives. So what I would like to ask is, do you want to keep this as a tradition? Should we pick a week and that's how we kick it off? Or should we just disregard this and just go straight to the courses? Okay, so it looks like we have some enthusiastic votes for Problems of the Week. As you can see, there is a pattern here. We usually get most of the basic ones correct, and then as it gets harder, we don't get as many correct. And that's a pattern that is reflected down here. Pick week number 23. From the top or from the bottom, I guess. How do we... 1, 2, 3, 4... That'd be the week of May 28th. 2018? 2017? I don't actually know. They don't put the year. So this is week 23. So let's just start off with the basic, and we'll get right into this. This is easy mode. So on this number pad, and that's a link to something. It's the Wikipedia page for the numeric keypad, of course. A 9-digit number is made by walking through each digit once, starting from a random digit and only moving to adjacent digits. That number is then divided by its first digit. In this example, will this method always result in an integer? So if you go 98765431 divided by 9, it gives you a whole number? So what are the other ones? I mean, if it's 1, 2, blah, 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 blah. Anything, okay. I'm just going to save us some division here. Anything that starts with a 1, fine. That's going to work. But, hang on. I'm thinking. Surfbot, the answer is 4. It's like Celebrity Jeopardy up in here. Okay, so if it does it in 9 and it works, okay? It's always going to work on 1, but look at this, look. If you start with 5, right, and you go around on the, I don't know, can you guys see my pointer if I do this? If you start with 5, right, and you go out and around, It's not going to work, because it doesn't matter what you fucking do. When you go like this, the number's not going to end in a 5 or a 0, which means that it's not going to be evenly divisible by 5, so the answer is no. And only, okay, whatever. Only 60% of people got that correct, okay? Like I said, there's so many people that, like, sit here and they just stare at this thing and, like, they analyze it, they probably try all the fucking solutions, and I'm like, if that don't end, then ain't no Planet X coming, because ain't no space, because ain't not globe Earth. If it don't end in 5, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. The answer is no. And I'm confident in that. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm like, no. And Brilliant is like, yo, man, you smart. You got it. So this next question, though, true or false? If A minus B times A minus B equals C minus B times C minus B, then it must be true that A equals C. Bonus, if you think it's true, prove it. If you think it's false, find a counterexample. Okay, well let's break this down like a 6th grader. That ain't part of the answer, so guess what we're not gonna do. It's okay. I want to say, also, we leveled up number theory. That's something with the theoretical numbers. Yeah, if it doesn't end in 5, that's a dive. I think it's true, because, like, or wait. This times, okay, so let's say B is 1. Let's say A is 4. So 4 minus 1 times 4 minus 1, that's 9. And then is there a way to get 9 out of the other one? There's no other way to get that. So it's got to be true. It's my best guess. Fuck! Oh, wait. You guys are thinking about negative numbers. Oh, shit. If A is like minus 2... Man, this is a basic question. I ain't getting these right. Let's try the next one. There's always tomorrow. Oh, okay, this one's dealing with colors, so I might be able to get this one. A white square is inscribed in a blue circle, which is inscribed in a larger orange square. Which area is larger, orange or blue? Uh-oh. Okay, so let's just say... The orange looks a little bigger. What's a bullshit way we could solve this picture with? Okay, hang on. Let me try the magic wand tool and paint. That's honestly, that's what I was going to assume. My strategy was going to be to open it in paint and then just fill in everything with white except for the colors, and then save it as a PNG file and see which one is larger. That's how I was going to solve this equation. So, which one's bigger? I don't know how to solve this. Like, okay, I mean, it could just be like if you find the area of this, and then you know how to find what length this diagonal is. This diagonal is going to be the sides of all these things on the square. It's also going to be the diameter of the circle, I think. So, what you... Okay, regular Magic Unicorn says the orange is 5,868 pixels, and the blue is 8,590 pixels. So, because he solved it in the most inefficient bullshit way, I'm going to preemptively click blue, because that's the bigger number. But the way I think you're supposed to solve this is you're supposed to find... Just assume that the sides... It's all relative. Assume that each side of the square is 1. And then the area, therefore, is 1 unit. And then you find what the diagonal would be. Is that... Hang on. No, that would be the square root of 1. You can't do that. Okay, fine. Every side of the square is 3. That's easy. And then you can use that to find the area of the circle and the area of the thing. And I think what you do is you subtract the area of the square from the circle, and you subtract the area of the circle from the larger square. But because we did the computer version way, let's guess blue. And you are correct, Regular Magic Unicorn. That's what we in the biz call street smarts. When you don't know how to do the math, you just invent it. You fake it till you make it. There you go. And we also leveled up our geometry. We're now level 1 shape masters, so thank you very much. Why is a seesaw always tilted to one side, while an empty beam balance is always balanced horizontally? Who? Apparently the type of people who think of this are Rohit Gupta, 32, from India. Okay, so the answers are either A, the center of mass of a seesaw is slightly above the hinge point, while that of a beam balance is slightly below the hinge point. Or B, which is the inverse of A. So either explanation is technically correct. I was just going to say, because who fucking cares? Because there's things hanging off of the justice scale. So there's always something pulling at it, whereas like with the seesaw, maybe some really fat kid sat on it and like he fucked up the hinge. That's my street smarts talking. It's also my street smarts when I say who gives a shit. Rocky's asking the better question here. Why the fuck are there Sonic the Hedgehog rings on the seesaw? Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to run from right here. You go, boom, and then you jump off and you get the Chaos Emerald. Okay, so you got to run from the right. Okay, so so the answer we're memeing here. The center of mass. I'm thinking it's going to be A, because they specifically added these handles here to be synonymous with the things that hang down on the scale right here. So if the hinge point is here, these are above it, and if the hinge point is here, these are below it. So I think the answer is going to be A, and if not, we at least got some Sonic the Hedgehog jokes out of it. Okay, see, only 68% of people never been on Seesaw before. Alright, last easy question. Uh-oh. I don't like it. The diagram shows how identical equilateral triangles can be tiled to make a regular hexagon with no leftover tiles. Which of the following numbers of triangles can also do this? Oh shit, so there's like a formula here. Regular hexagons can be made with 6, 24, and 54. Uh-oh. I don't think I can infer the formula from looking at it. So normally the way a doofus would do this is that you would just draw it and you would figure out how to calculate it. Okay, so hang on. So we got 3 on the top. Okay, so let's just look at only on the top. You got 3 on top, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3, and then it goes to 9, and then it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's plus 2. So wait, this is tripled, and then it's plus 2/3. Hate math. So it's going to be, in 54, it's going to be divisible by 3. Of which all these answers are, so that doesn't help me there. The answer is 420. This is only the easy questions, you guys. We haven't done intermediate or advanced. And judging by my track record, which I know you guys saw, we're going to die on the next ones. 3, 9, 15, that's a number sequence that doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, I could have also... Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, hang on. Let's look at it only from like a Zelda. Only the Triforce. So it's 1, and then 1, 2, 3. And then it's 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then the next one is 7, 9. Okay, wait. I don't get... Fuck it, I'm gonna channel my inner Tony Hawk and guess 720. Oh, whatever. Well, that's the worst we've done. I think we only got 3 correct, but let's move on to the next hardest. If a squared plus b squared, ab, and a plus b are all integers, do both a and b have to be integers? Okay, so let's say b is half, 0.5. If you square that, you get 0.25? No. 2.5? Okay. 0.25. That's what I thought. I had to make sure. At no point did I say I was part of this group of smart people whom these games are intended for. Okay, so that's not going to work, because if it's not a whole number, you just keep multiplying fractions, you fucked everything up. But then again, you know, if it's like, if A is 2 and B is 0.5, then you're going to get 1. But then down, so, but, hang on, what if they're both not, what if A is like 0.75? Does Ness have the answers? Do you know how? What are these numbers? Those are letters. You can't even put. Those aren't numbers. You guys just inventing this shit. This ain't real math. Okay, so basically, the way I'm looking at this is I don't know how to solve this, but my street smarts are telling me there's a coin's flip chance of getting this correct. So we're gonna ask the Pepsi Wizard how many numbers are between A and B. And if it's heads, it's yes. If it's tails, it's no. So Pepsi Wizard, okay, that's what happens when you can't see out of one eye. You can't catch it. Pepsi Wizard, he says no. The Pepsi Wizard is wise. The Pepsi Wizard is also correct. 6 straight zigzagging lines. I thought you just said they were straight, you son of a bitch. 6 straight zigzagging lines are drawn inside an 8x1 rectangle. The drawing starts at the top left vertex and ends at the top right vertex. What is the minimum possible sum of the lengths of these 6 segments? These aren't even like this is all jacked up. Are they supposed to be equal? Algebra 2! I leveled up my algebra skill. Now I can... The person who submitted this got trolled to death, and it's just accredited to a brilliant member who is none years old. Okay, see, Fangemon, it is going to be more than 8. It's definitely more than 8. So the answer is greater than 8. So let's say maybe it's 10. That's more than 8. Whoa! I promise I didn't set that up ahead of time. I swear to God, that was a fucking guess. There are infinite possibilities that I could have put in for that, because I know they let you put decimals in there. Out of all the numbers that exist, I guessed the correct number, where the only limitation was that it could not be 8 or less. Discuss the solutions. How many of y'all also just guessed 10? Because I did. I get to be in the club with you guys. Move over. Let me have a sip of that cola. And give me some of those sandwich quarters that have been brought in by the caterers. I'm here. Gooses looses. Goose, thank you very much for 13 months. That's a baker's dozen, baby. It's more than a year. Unfortunately, I only have a sub badge that goes up to the 1 year, so you're working toward nothing. But thank you for your support. I'm feeling good. Guy without a parachute, dead. That's the answer. Without opening his parachute, a skydiver reaches a fall velocity of V1 equals 50 meters a second. When he does open the parachute, he's braked. I don't know if that's... Is that the thing? Is that a word? He's braked by additional air resistance. After a while, he finally arrives at the ground. At what fall velocity, V2, does he reach the ground? The frictional air force, F, and then like a function F, is multiplied by, I don't know if that's a letter P or not. That looks like a really scary letter P. P, a capital A, and a V depends only on the density of the air, P. Density represented by a letter P. The cross-sectional area of the skydiver, A, and the velocity, V. Neglect the effect that the shape of the falling object has on the air frictional force. The cross-sectional area without the parachute is... Okay, so basically he's fallen 50 meters a second, right? Okay, and he's a skydiver. Presumably he's not going to die. So if he hits the ground going 16 meters a second, that motherfucker's dead. So it ain't D. Ain't gonna be D. Okay, I don't know if we convert how much is 16 meters American. 16 meters to actual measurements is 52 feet a second. Yeah, you fall 52 feet a second, you're dead, okay? Let's convert even 5 meters is gonna be like 15 or something, right? That's 16. You're falling 16 feet a second. Your legs probably aren't gonna like that. You might survive, but you probably fucking, you know, your spine is gonna blow up. Your spine, is gonna go like this, and it's gonna fuse into a totem pole of back pain, and you're gonna have to buy a teeter hang-ups, and you're gonna have to hang upside down like a fucking idiot monkey just to decompress your spine every day. Every day. 1.6 meters a second is 5.5 feet per second, which is not great, but it's not terrible either. and then 0.5 meters is 1.6 feet per second. I'm guessing, Rocky, you'd look like a Looney Tunes accordion. Yeah, like he goes, and then Bugs Bunny gets up and... Okay, so I'm thinking it ain't gonna be C or D, right? Because you're dead. And this is a big parachute. It's got 100 square meters of air underneath it. So that's a lot of air. You're gonna be coming down real slow. But I also know that when skydivers are coming in, they're coming down at an angle, and they're going a little fast. So I feel like 1.5 feet per second is not. It's too slow. I'm guessing it's going to be 1.6 meters a second. Also, Rocky's asking the better question: does he bounce when he hits the parachute of the guy under him? These fucking stupid math drawings. Little stick figure man. Alright. At least don't ask me to find the angle of his face or whatever. I don't know. So, okay, I'm guessing this, because from what I've seen, skydivers come down kind of quickly. Whoa! He does hit the ground at 5 meters a second? Goddamn, dude, your knees are fucking toast hitting the ground at 15 feet a second. That's 1.5 stories a second. You can't do that. Okay. We got like a Schrodinger's box thing going on here. There is a collection of points inside a unit cube that are closer to the center of the cube than to any of the cube's vertices. What is the volume of this 3D region? 0? Because if you're right in the middle, any of the cube's vertices, it's closer to the center of the cube than any of the cubes. So wait. No. Wait. Fucking regular magic unicorn. I can't solve this one with that mess of paint. Okay, wait. So it's like you could still have a slightly smaller than half cube in the middle of the cube, because those points would be closer to the middle than they would be to the outside. So is it not? It's not 0. We get 3 tries left, and it says use 3 significant digits. So this is definitely going to be one of those stupid decimal questions. What if it is 0? What if the points are? What if my initial was right, and they're just to be equidistant from all of the vertices and to be closest to the center? They would have to be in the exact center. So it doesn't matter. All the points are on top of themselves. So it doesn't matter how many there are. You get nothing. Okay, that's just not even right. So, it's going to be less than 1, so I'm going to say, is it 0.5? Is it half? Hang on. Is that how 3D works? Yes, it is how 3D works. Fuck you. Man, we're really in the upper echelons of some of the people who got these right, because only like 28% of people got this right. And I definitely feel like I belong in the other 72% of retards who just don't even know. I don't know what kind of math y'all are doing here. Function of n gives the sum of the cube digits of some positive integer, n. For example, the function of 1, 2, 3 is 1 cubed plus 2 cubed plus 3 cubed. Okay. If we repeatedly apply this process on each previous result, the following two different behaviors may arise. We arrive at a fixed point, for example, beginning with 3, we arrive at 153, and then 153 is, you keep going back to, that makes sense. Find the sum of all numbers in the limit set, including the 4 and the pink found above. A coding environment is provided below, and we can write an answer in Python 3. Well, if they want us to write a program to solve this one, that clearly means that this is a little bit outside of my pay grade. So, I've been pretty good at guessing. So is it 2323? I'm just feeling lucky. No. It's not going to be a decimal because it doesn't tell me about significant digits. Okay, Sheep is right. It could be 586. That's his lucky number. It's not 586. But I'm going to guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The correct answer is 5,027. I was so close, you guys. I was so close. We got like 3 of those correct, I think, which is the most we've ever gotten right in an intermediate set of questions. Let's go to the advanced ones and let's die. Let's have a bad time. Sheep, thank you for the Twitch pennies. I'm sorry, it's not 586. It is rigged. All right, Ram has 2018 coins. Ram has a weird name. The first coin has a 1.5 chance of flipping heads. The second coin has a 1 1/3 chance of flipping heads. How? The third coin has a 1 in 5 chance, continuing as such that the kth coin has a 1 over pk chance of flipping heads, where pk is the k prime number. Ram flips each of his coins once. What is the probability that Ram flips an even number of heads? Well, okay. Now okay. So as the coins go up, they just become more and more likely to flip tails every time. So you're never going to get heads past, like, the 5th one. Like, it's just not even a thing that can happen. It's just the primes are too big numbers. That's too many. And the further you go out, right, these first coins here, you have a pretty okay chance of getting heads on, like, these. But when you get into, like, 1 over 17,551, and the 1 doesn't get any bigger, it's still 1 over, like, goddamn, that's a big-ass number, you're not gonna get any heads on those. It's gonna be less than half. You ain't gonna get no heads. It's half. Half. Exactly half. Exactly. Exactly half. Fuck you, Ram. From a string length of 1 meter, we choose a length uniformly at random between 0 and 1, and cut as many of these lengths as possible from the string. What is the expected length of the remaining string in meters? Huh? If we choose a length uniformly at random, it's 1 meter long. So you choose it at random between 0 and 1, and cut as many of these as possible. What is the expected length of the remaining string in meters? So, if you cut 0.5, you snip it right in the middle, you can't snip again because it's already 0.5, so you have no string left. So if you cut it nice and good and nice, you get... Man, it's never that fucking simple. Who thinks of these questions? Lucas Viana, 18 from Brazil. For fuck's sake, Lucas. This is the type of shit you think about? I think about bills. I think about if I have to write a check for $250 to a fucking credit card, how do I pay for the car insurance? Multiple choice. You can't. I'm gonna get a point 1. 1. You get 1 left. The correct answer is 0.1775. What if you cut it in steps of 0.1 of that much, huh? Then what then? You fucking idiots. God damn it. Great, now we're getting stuff. This ain't even a number. That's an upside down letter A. For m is greater than 1, it can be proven that the integer sequence fm and function of m n equals gcd n plus m. Oh, that's like a thing. It's like a fucking plot on the graph. Oh, in other words, it can be proven that the integer sequence function of mn equals gcd times n plus m and m times n plus 1. It has a fundamental period of tm. In other words, bleh, find an expression for tm in terms of m and then give your answer as t12. Well, fuck you too. 12. I'm gonna guess 12 because they gave me that. Is it 12? Is it 23? 9. That's the one right there. My answer was too long. I used 51 characters for a 33 character maximum. Okay, so we've narrowed it down. The answer is definitely between 1 and 33 nines. Whatever number that is. I'm gonna go 586 for sheep. Oh, it's 143. Oh, of course it is. The tip of my tongue, huh? Okay, function of n is the number of intersections of diagonals inside a regular n-sided polygon. For example, in the diagram, function of 6 equals 13. Which is larger, function of 2017 or function of 2018? Well, they can't be the... Okay. They can't be the same. One of them's got more sides than the other, so the numbers have got to be different, because there's going to be at least one extra line in there somewhere. I'm thinking... it's going to be... Okay, this is asking me... It's the difference between an odd number and an even number, right? And I'm thinking... it's going to be an odd number, right? Because when you have an even number, you're going to get these nice little sets that are going to repeat like that. But if you take one out, the whole thing goes to chaos, and you lose that order. So then you just get a lot more. It's not as structured on the inside. I don't know the formula. I don't know what functions are. I don't know how to figure that out, but I'm gonna guess. That, my friends, is the essence of chaos. All right, last one from the. Uh-oh, I don't like the look of that. That's a big shape right there. The brilliant logo. Oh shit, that is the logo. Is similar in appearance to a disdiacus tricontahedron. A disdiacus tricontahedron. That sounds like some shit that Jontron mutters just like when he fucks up a take. A Catalan solid? Suppose we had a circuit consisting of the edges and vertices of one of these solids, and the resistance along any edge is 1 ohm. The north and south pole vertices of this solid each have 10 connected edges. Determine the equivalent resistance between the poles of the solid in ohms into 3 significant digits. How much did a Brilliant Pro thing cost? It was like $599, right? And I made that joke saying if you're willing to pay that for a lifetime subscription for something to tell you that you're stupid, you can pay me $600 and you can call me at any time, at any hour of the day, and I will tell you that you're stupid. So I'm going to guess it's $599. Okay. Well, I'm going to guess it's $599.99. That's to make it look like it's not $600. And that's also including, that's 2 significant digits. I'm going to go with $1, Bob. Oh, of course, the correct answer is .384. Well, you win some, you lose some. A 16-year-old from India came up with that question. Jesus Christ. So, how much do we get that? How much do we get done on there? I didn't see how many we got right. Can I close out of this? Okay. 1. We got 1. We got 1 correct. So, if I hit finish, which I can't now, because that option's just gone. But what we got, like, okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 15. I think that's just tied with... No, that's not our best. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's move on to the courses.
Thanks for checking out this video. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't. Either way, your feedback is appreciated. And you can also subscribe to Gatorbox if you like this content and want to see more of it from us. Catch us live Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/Gatorbox. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/Gatorbox or streamlabs.com/Gatorbox.